DC machine. Topic is DC machine. This is first class in DC machine. A DC machine is equal to AC machine plus commutator. For a AC machine, the extra commutator is added, then that machine is called a DC machine. Because in any DC machine or AC machine, the inside of supply is inside action is AC action. So if it is a DC machine, inside AC is converted into the outside DC by the commutator. So for example, if it is a DC generator, and a DC generator, inside of the DC generator there is AC, and that AC is converted into the DC outside by the commutator. And if it is a DC motor, in a DC motor, inside of AC supply, inside AC and outside is the DC supply. So a DC supply is given to the DC motor. So this DC supply is converted into the AC supply by the commutator. So next, AC machines are slip rings plus brushes. So in a DC machine and AC machine, both machines have the brushes. So brushes are commonly used for the DC machine and AC machine. But in a DC machine we use the commutator, but in AC machine we use the slip rings. Commutator convert AC to DC and DC to AC, but slip rings doesn't convert any supply. It only collector like collector ring. So we can say the slip ring is a collector ring because it can collect only, but it cannot convert from AC to DC or the DC to AC. So AC machines we need a supply, AC supply, and inside of the machine also AC supply is there. So no need to convert AC to DC or the DC to AC. In a DC machine, commutator plus brushes are used. So in a DC machine, you use the commutator and brushes. So commutator is also called the split rings because of in a slip ring it is a common magnetic material, magnetic path or same iron core. But in a commutator it is a splitted rings. Commutators are split rings, we can say. For a same rating AC and DC machines, weight of DC machine will be more because of additional commutator. So in AC and DC machines, same rating. If it is the same rating, then the additional weight is because of commutator. There is no commutator used in the AC machine. So the commutator extra weight will be there in a DC machine. So the weight of the DC machines are more for a same rating. A DC generator act as a mechanical amplifier as the very small amount of DC excitation is given, but the output of DC generator will be more. For this, only electromagnetic excitation has to be considered, not the permanent magnet. So here in a DC generator, you use the electromagnetic excitation. The electromagnetic excitation means on field the excitation is will be given. So whenever excitation is given, then only the flux will be formed in the machine. That flux will is formed because of the whenever excitation is given, then only the magnetic action will be processed in the machine. If without supply also we can get a magnetic action by the permanent magnet, but the permanent magnet gives the continuous magnetization, so magnetic flux. So because of continuous magnetic flux available in by the permanent magnets, so the permanent magnets are not better option for high rating machines. So for high rating machines we need to control the flux. Sometimes we have to control the flux, so we go for the electromagnetic excitation. So whenever a supply is given, then only electromagnetic excitation will be on. If the supply will be removed or the supply will be reduced, then only magnetization process also reduced or the removed. So in a DC machine, DC generator, in a DC generator with low power given to the field, then it gives the more output current from the armature winding. So that's why we can say this is a mechanical amplifier. Amplifier is it can amplify, that means it can increase the values. So amplifying device. So smaller value can be a bigger, like a small amount of current is enough to create a generate the large voltage in a DC generator. So the excitation is not a permanent magnetic, it is a electromagnetic. So if the permanent magnetic is there, that by the permanent magnet the flux will be continuous, so the continuous flux cannot be controlled. So we go for a electromagnetic excitation, magnetic field. In a all machineries are energy conversion devices. That means according to Einstein, E equal to mc square, energy cannot be created and destroyed, it can be converted from one form to another form. So if it is convert mechanical energy to electrical energy, then it can say that generator. If it convert the mechanical energy to electrical energy, then it can say that motor. Electromechanical energy conversion devices, these are the in electromechanical energy conversion devices. In that there is a media, coupling media is called the magnetic field. The coupling media is called magnetic field. So electromagnetic energy conversion devices. So here in a here in a transformer also, it is also electromagnetic energy conversion devices. Here the electrical energy is converted into electrical energy. So here also a coupling media is a magnetic field. So magnetic field must be a electromagnet. The magnetic field can be created by the permanent magnet or the electromagnets. So the permanent magnet means it is a permanently, that means the black color magnets that can be available at all times, but electromagnetic can be available by the energy supply. The magnetic field is acting as a coupling medium for energy conversion devices. So the permanent magnet is not used as the flux because not used as a flux because of permanent magnetic flux cannot be controlled. So the magnetic field permanent magnet cannot be used as a permanent magnet. So in a DC generator, EG equal to Ka pi omega m. So EG means generated EMF. The generated EMF is directly proportional to flux produced, and omega m means omega is the angular velocity. So if the generator rotates with a higher speed, then it generates the higher energy, EMF. EZ means generated EMF. The generated EMF is proportional to flux. The flux values are greater, then generated EMF also greater. If the speed, angular velocity or angular speed, Wm is the proportional to speed. If the speed of the rotor is higher, then generated EMF also higher. In a DC motor, Ta proportional to Ka pi Ia. In a DC motor, torque is directly proportional to flux. If the generated flux values are greater, then torque also greater. So Ia is the armature current. Ia values are increasing. Produced torque also increasing. In small rating machines, permanent magnets will be used, but not in a large rating machine. In a large rating machine, you use the electromagnets. So here Ni proportional to Ni means ampere turns. Ni equal to mmf. mmf proportional to pi by S. S means reluctance. Flux equal to mmf by S. In a magnetic circuit, the flux opposing property is reluctance. In a magnetic circuit, the flux opposing property is a reluctance. Pi n Weber turns. EMF is also called the pi n. MMF is the Ni. MMF Ni. EMF N pi. I equal to EMF by R. Direction of R oppose the current, S oppose the flux. S means reluctance. Reluctance oppose the flux in a magnetic circuit, but in a electrical circuit, resistance oppose the current. Resistance oppose the current. The direction of flux in a can be found by using the right hand thumb rule. So see that if it is a dot, counterclockwise direction; if it is a cross, clockwise direction. Circular coil, if current then fingers are current, then thumb is the flux or north pole. So this is circular coil, so that the flux direction can be found by the right hand thumb rule. And the structure of stator cores are heteropolar and homopolar structures are there. Heteropolar and homopolar. In a heteropolar, this is the heteropolar one, and this is the homopolar. So in a homopolar, we can't see the where north pole and where south pole. It is a round shape. It is a continuous magnetic circuit. But in a heteropolar, you can see the poles exactly placed. You can see the north pole and south poles place. So here is the north and south poles of. In this we cannot find which is the north pole and south pole. So in a homopolar we cannot find the north pole and south pole. In heteropolar system, all DC machines are heteropolar machines only, because we can see poles, the projected poles we can see in a heteropolar. In a homopolar system, this is the homopolar system. All poles are south or all poles are north. So this is heteropolar DC generator, homopolar DC generator. Commutator is required for a heteropolar machine. In homopolar, commutator is not required. Magnetic reversal are present, so hysteresis losses are present. To reduce the hysteresis losses, core is made up of silicon steel only. Commutator is not required in homopolar type. No hysteresis losses on armature core, as there are no magnetic reversal. types of electromagnetic fields. There are three types of electromagnetic fields: steady magnetic field, DC magnetic field. Steady magnetic field, DC magnetic field, or time invariant magnetic field. Steady magnetic field also we called in a DC machine, so we can say the steady magnetic field. That means a static magnetic field. It can project it at one place. It's not having any movement. That means a rotation process. So it is used in the DC magnetic field. Time invariant. So the magnetic field is not vary. The flux will not vary with the time. Alternating magnetic field or pulsating magnetic field. So alternating magnetic field also called a pulsating magnetic field or time variant magnetic field. This magnetic field varies with the time, so we can say the time variant magnetic field. And rotating magnetic field. So the rotating magnetic field, it is a in a homopolar structure we use so in a homopolar structure this magnetic field will be rotated in the rotates in the stator core and air gap also. So steady magnetic field is used in DC machine. Alternating magnetic field is used in the single phase induction machines, and rotating magnetic field is used in the three phase induction machine and synchronous machines. By given DC supply to the stationary concentrated winding, then steady magnetic flux is produced. By giving DC supply to stationary concentrated winding. So in DC machines you use the concentrated winding. In AC machine you use the distributed winding. Concentrated winding means the winding which is placed in one slot per pole, one slot per pole. So in concentrated winding, all uh, magnetic flux lines are at the same place in same axis. Example DC machine, field winding on starter. So DC machines, we can see the figure in a DC machine, field winding on starter, concentrated windings are used. Steady magnetic flux characteristics are similar to the permanent magnetic flux characteristics. Alternating magnetic field, it can be obtained by giving the single phase AC supply to the stationary concentrated winding. So single phase transformer, by giving the single phase supply to stationary distributed winding. Example, single phase induction motor. So in a single phase induction motor also we can give the alternating magnetic field, and single phase transformer also you can produce the alternating magnetic field. Alternating magnetic flux is required for the transformer action. If all the turns having the same magnetic axis, then it is called concentrated winding, and turns have different magnetic axis, then it is called a distributed winding. In a DC machine, the field winding is a concentrated winding because all magnetic turns having the same magnetic axis. M is the number of slots per phase. As per observation, as per operation of the any AC machine, rotating magnetic flux is required. According to double field rotating theory, so induction machine is not self-starting as it has only one revolving flux for the rotation. Auxiliary and starting winding is required. The electrical phase displacement between the two winding is 90 degrees, and flux is displaced by 90 degrees for main field winding, for auxiliary winding. So this is because of alternating, so alternating flux. So the next topic is alternating flux. In alternating flux, if alternating flux is given to the rotating machine like a single phase induction machine, the single phase induction machine we can say the in home appliances like fans and coolers. Sorry, washing machine. So in this, there is a single phase induction machines are there, in water pumps also, in home appliances water pumps. Single phase induction machine, the single phase supply is given, then the alternating flux will be produced. The alternating flux or the pulsating magnetic field will be produced. Because of the alternating flux and pulsating magnetic field, the machine does not create a torque in any one direction. It creates the flux current and torque in both direction. So the resultant torque will be zero, and the machine will not start. So because of that problem, so the single phase supply of in sorry, of fans are converted into two phase by auxiliary winding and main winding, starting winding, main winding, auxiliary winding. So the main winding is always present in the machine. Auxiliary winding is also called the starting winding. So these windings are placed. So by single phase supply is split into two phases. One is the main field winding phase, and second phase is the auxiliary winding phase. So in the main field winding phase, R is R base resistance is very less, reactance is high. In auxiliary winding, resistance is high, reactance is low. By giving three-phase supply to the three-phase stationary concentrated winding, then the flux produced is alternating magnetic flux. Example, three-phase transformer as pi equal to Ni by S. Pi increases, I increases, flux increases, current decreases. Both magnitude as well as direction changes with respect to time is the characteristics of alternating flux. Rotating magnetic flux. So this is rotating magnetic field flux diagram. Synchronous machines. Draw the diagram. Rotating magnetic field. So this rotating magnetic field is used in the synchronous machines and as well as in a induction machine, three-phase induction machines. So by giving the polyphase supply to the polyphase distributed winding, polyphase means many phase. That many phase mean three phase or four phase or 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, any phases. So polyphase supply to the polyphase distributed winding. Speed is fixed for any number of phases. A speed depends on the number of poles and frequency only. Pi proportional to Ni by S. Flux proportional to Ni means mmf by S means reluctance. So DC excitation. So here in a rotating magnetic field, three-phase induction machine, three-phase supply is given. Then the flux will be rotated with a speed of n s equal to 120 f by p. So this is DC excitation. AC excitation. Flux proportional to IF n by IF means field current, n is the number of turns, S is the reluctance. If number of turns are increases, flux also increases. If field current values are increases, then also flux increases. If equal to V by Rf. Here If is the field current. It is proportional to voltage and inversely proportional to the resistance of field resistance. Flux proportional, inversely proportional to reluctance. S value. S is reluctance. For air core coil, reluctance is more. Flux values are very less. For iron core coil, reluctance are very less. Flux are more. I mu equal to V1 minus E1 by Z1. Here V1 is a supply voltage and E1 is the induced voltage by Z1. Z1 is the impedance. The flux proportional to the magnetizing current and also proportional to N. N means number of turns and it is inversely proportional to S reluctance. Under transient period, reluctance values are increasing, flux values are decreasing. In case of DC machines and synchronous machines, the flux under the slot portion is less as reluctance is more due to air gap and flux. Under the teeth portion is more as reluctance is less. So in DC and synchronous machines, the flux under slot portion is less because of under slot portion air gap is more. Because of air gap is more, reluctance values are more. When reluctance values are more, flux values are very less. So at teeth position, at teeth position, flux values are less, lesser air gap, lesser air gap, lesser reluctance, higher flux at teeth. At teeth, flux is more because area is less. Area is less, so reluctance is less. Then flux is more. So this is E1 generated EMF or induced EMF is always directly proportional to N number of turns and it is also proportional to rate of change of flux. If rate of change of flux is less, then EMF also less. Magnetizing current is equal to V1 E1 by Z1. Flux directly proportional to magnetizing current and n number of turns n inversely proportional to S. Phi is constant. Phi equal to I mu n by S. Flux equal to I mu by S. Increases, magnetizing current increases, flux also increases, and poles power factor will be decreases. Flux proportional to I mu n by S. Power factor increases, magnetizing current decreases. So here air gap is there. Because of air gap, reluctance values are more. So the current drawn is more. Current drawn is more. So flux are increasing. Power factor is decreasing. Here there is no air gap. Air gap, no reluctance. Here there is no air gap. Reluctance values are less. Magnetizing current values are less. If you open in this figure, so if the turn is open, the number of turns are decreasing, but current is increasing. Flux is constant, but power factor would be decreases because of current is increasing. The dielectric strength of transformer aisle is 70 to 85 kV for 2.5 mm gap, but 50 kV RMS for 2.5 mm gap is enough. If rated DC supply is given to transformer, then primary winding of transformer burnt out. If rated 15 minutes time. Rather, if rated DC supply is given to transformer, then primary winding. If rated DC supply is given to transformer, then primary winding of transformer burnt out. The direct strength of the transformer oil is 70 to 85 kV for 2.5 mm gap, but 50 kV RMS for a 2.5 mm gap is enough. If rated DC supply is given to the transformer, then primary winding of a transformer burnt out. If very low value of DC given to transformer, then no damage to transformer, but no transformer action. Because in a DC, if in a transformer DC supply is given, transformer DC supply is given, then there is the DC gives a constant or the steady state magnetic field. This because of steady magnetic field, there is no back back EMF produced in the transformer. Then transformer will be burned. Field winding of DC machine and synchronous machines are safe because low power rating DC machine. Armature of DC motor is safe even though rated DC is given because of back EMF. Any AC motor and transformer while running condition safe because of self-induced EMF. At starting, back EMF is 0 in DC motor. Self-induced EMF is 0 in AC motor. So it's very important in all machine at starting, back EMF and self-induced EMFs are 0 in machines. So a DC supply is given to transformer. A self-induced EMF is 0. When self-induced EMF is 0 in a transformer, the primary of the transformer will be burned. The self-induced EMF will be produced in a transformer only with the AC supply. Therefore, very high starting current drawn for supply mains. In transformer, even though starting current is very high, not using starter, because transformers are designed to withstand very high starting current and improve the voltage. DC machine is a doubly excited machine for both excitation in case of synchronous machine. Field winding is only on rotor. So synchronous machines and DC machines are both doubly excited machine. So doubly excited means the supply is given to the both winding, that is field winding and armature winding. So in case of synchronous machine, field winding is on rotor, that is DC supply. Rotor winding is stator winding is on not a starter winding, that is armature winding is on the starter, that is 3-phase supply is given. But an induction machine is a single excited machine. That means the supply is given to only starter or rotor, but not both. So the supply is given to starter or rotor. But induction machine is a single excited machine. Only supply is required for a starter. Transformer is a also single excited machine. Excitation is based on the number of power rating parts are present. Permanent magnetic DC machine is a single excited DC machine. In transformer, both the primary and secondary carries load current. So only one power rating is there. Based on the conduction and induction motors are classified as DC motor, conduction motor, synchronous motor, conduction motor. DC motor is a conduction motor. That means the supply is given to stator winding, that is field winding, and armature winding. Field winding and armature. DC motor, field winding and armature winding. Both supply is given. That's why it is a conduction motor. In the synchronous motor also DC, field winding is supplied by DC and armature winding supplied by AC. So it is also a conduction motor. Any double excited motor is a conduction motor. So the synchronous machine and DC machine is a conduction motors because both the machines are double excited. Induction machines are any single excited motor is a induction machine. Single excited machines are induction machines. Double excited machines are conduction machines. Based on supply given, motors are classified into AC motor and DC motor. Based on speed of rotation, synchronous motor. Based on supply, motors are AC and DC. Based on speed, synchronous motor and asynchronous motor. Synchronous motor means runs at only one speed is called synchronous speed. Synchronous motor. And asynchronous motors are it runs at any speeds. Any double excited machines only DC supply is required for excitation. So it is very important if it is a double excited machine. So excitation supply must be a DC supply. DC supply. If AC supply is given for excitation, no energy conversion takes place. So in a double excited machine, the excitation power must be a DC supply. If a AC supply is given for excitation, no energy conversion takes place. For any single excited machine, for field excitation, AC supply is required. If DC supply is given, energy transformation will not take place. If DC supply is given, energy transfer will not take place. For energy conversion, excitation DC supply is required. For energy transformation, AC excitation supply is required. So for single excited machine, field excitation is AC. For double excited machine, field excitation is a DC. So in a DC, energy conversion is takes place, but in a AC, energy transformation. So energy conversion DC supply is required. For energy transformation, AC supply is required. In a DC machine, if AC is given as excitation, then both excitation and supplies are time varying and space varying. Then there will be no relative motion, so energy conversion will not take place. In DC machine, if AC is given as excitation, then both excitation and supplies are time varying. and space varying, then there will be no relative motion. So energy conversion will not take place. It is for separately excited machine. And a doubly excited induced EMF is dynamically induced EMF. So in doubly excited machine, induced EMF is the dynamically induced EMF. For dynamically induced EMF, time invariant flux required. That means steady state flux is required. For DC excitation is required. For statical induced EMF, time variant flux. Statically induced EMF, time variant flux is required, but dynamically induced EMF, time invariant flux is required. In induction machine, the both statical and dynamical induced EMFs is produced. Concentrated winding, field winding of DC machine, field winding of synchronous machine, primary and secondary windings of transformer, distributed winding, armature of DC machine, armature of synchronous machine, armature of induction machine, rotor winding of slip ring induction machine. So write down, it is a very important for ESET point of view. If one pole is projected, non-uniform air gap, also called silent pole. Projected pole is also called silent pole. It is non-uniform air gap. Silent pole synchronous motor machine has highest air gap in order to maintain the stability. Decreasing order of non-uniform air gap. Silent pole synchronous machine is the worst. That means in that the uniform, not uniform air gap. The air gap is not uniform. Next, DC machine. Here also air gap is not uniform. Non-silent pole synchronous machine. Here also not uniform air gap. Slip ring induction machine. A squirrel cage induction machine. In a squirrel cage induction machine, there is a uniform air gap is there compared to slip ring induction machine. And in a slip ring induction machine, air gap is uniform compared to synchronous machine. In a synchronous machine, air gap means it is a air gap flux, the flux between stator and rotor, or the gap between stator and rotor is more uniform than DC machine. In a DC machine, air gap is more uniform than silent pole synchronous machine. Induction machine has a least air gap to improve the power factor. So among all the machines, the induction machine has the least air gap. Transformer operate at a better power factor compared to induction machine of same rating because of air gap. Transformer operates at a better power factor compared to induction machine because of same rating because of air gap. So transformer and induction machines, in the transformer there is no air gap, but in induction machine there is a air gap. So because of air gap present in the induction machine, the power factor is very poor, and because of there is no air gap in the transformer is a with better power factor. Induction machine starter is just similar to the starter of synchronous machine. Transformer has the highest efficiency compared to the other rotating magnet machines. because of absence of mechanical system. In a transformer, there is no movement, that rotating movement or mechanical system. Mechanical system means there is a no rotating parts in a transformer. So the mechanical losses are zero in a transformer. Efficiency of the transformer is about 98%. Among all electrical machines, the transformer has highest efficiency. By default to DC series motor, if AC supply is given to the operation possible, but the poor computation, more noise. More vibration, performance is poor. For a DC machine, DC series motor, AC supply is given. Then also rotate but poor efficiency, noise and vibrations are more.